Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hey Tamara Day. Hey Mabel O'Neill. Hey let's say Savoy. Hey No More Drama. Protect Your Peace. How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me okay? Can you all hear me okay? Okay. Hey No More Drama. Ooh, child. We have that's good. Protect Your Peace. Mine too. Oh, I was hurt last night though. It took all I had to get out of it because my feelings were hurting for my heart was aching for this family. The truth and Kevin did not deserve what happened last night. And hey, Miss Phelps and TT and Mabel, and it was sad to witness. I was supposed to go to work. I got off early because I got tired. I was up last night. Should have been asleep, watching it, and oh, it just did something to me. I think most of you probably felt the same way, especially hearing the hurt in Kevin's voice. And I know the truth had to feel a kind of way. And this whole thing to me is just sad. I could not believe so many people, 1,700 people was in that chat. And a lot of people, you saw more people trying to tear this family down. You had people going on the panel trying to talk her off the ledge, and people in the chat saying, drop them down, they're your enemy. They want to see this. They hate this family so bad. It ain't even about loving her. It's about the hate they have for that family. And she's falling for it. She fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. It's just sad. Did you all how many of you watched the whole thing? I have to say, um, at this point, I have to say at this point, y'all, that can y'all hear me now? I don't know my something's going on with my mic. But I have to say I agree with you that it is the clout. They got paid off of it. And my thing is, and I think everybody can feel the same can relate to this. What goes on when you marry somebody? What goes on in that family dynamic? You have to remember they are tied together by blood. You tied together by paper. So whatever a family goes through, outsiders have no business putting their 2 cents in because she's going all in talking about her bubble, her husband, and you're supposed to cling to your spouses, but you don't supposed to shit on your family because you got a spouse. What happens if this man walks away from her tomorrow? What'll happen then? My mother used to always say a cow would need his tail more than one summer to fan the flies away from his ass. And that's the same saying. It meant the same thing as when you burn bridges. You never burn a bridge because you never know when you're gonna have to go back across that same bridge. Well, she burned bridges, and I think with those bridges that she burned, she can't go backwards. Hey, that bomb not going. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Lily, Ace Stokes, and Kimberly. I'm reading your comment. Oh, he ain't going nowhere. I know it. I'm just saying God can take him. You never know. And she's on here and she's on here and she's defiling her brother's characters. And I don't believe a lot of what she said. The part about he got twins on the way, I don't believe all that because you're coming with no receipt. He kept saying, show them, but she wouldn't do it. And I guess she want us to believe because it was out of loyalty. But if you were loyal, you wouldn't have gone live with that lie. You wouldn't have hit the live button. And I still stand in a. I still say everything that we're seeing now, it all stems back to that girl. I know y'all tired of talking about her, but she's over there in Jamaica living her, as she called it, best life, while she got all this destruction going on in this family, all because she decided to hit the live button and bring her business to the forefront. If she had not done that and they would have handled that divorce behind the scenes, this family would still be a family. They would still be loving on each other. And she would not be trying to take people to court to shut them up. But because she decided to do that, now we in all this turmoil. Because let me tell you something. If somebody did that to my family, thank you, SC. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Love Cat. If some if somebody did that to my family, I would come out swinging too. If they did it publicly, I would defend my family publicly too. So she didn't do nothing that most of us wouldn't have done for our family, our children, our brothers. However, um, he didn't ask her to do that. And my thing is, okay, if he was not coming out here swinging for himself, why is he gonna come out here swinging for you when he didn't ask you to do that? I think that the reason it was done because she was trying to clout chase off his name. He was helping her build her platform, and she was taking the bank. She was taking the dings for it because it was paying off at the time. Once it started paying off, the dings became a much. They hurt more. A lot of us black women, a lot of us women, black women that are on this internet showing their ass, they do not need no platform. Whatever happened to what happens in a family stays in a family. But now because people clout chasing and want to seem relevant, now because all of this, they want to do all of this and want to be loved and adored, they come to the internet and they spill all of their, but look at their business. Look at Peach McIntyre. She comes to the internet. Whatever going on between her and her mama, that wasn't our business. That was something that they can work out behind the scenes. But she comes to the internet. She hate her mama. She hate her brothers, her siblings. She's not ever gonna deal with them again. And then when you look at the comments, they got all these people in the comments cheering that crap on. This old man told me, I was telling Tabby earlier, this old man told me when I used to travel with my husband selling cars, and he had a little flip phone. And it was, I mean, at the time they had smartphones for years. And he said, you know what? I will keep this flip phone and I hope they don't ever stop making it because once they stop making it, I just won't have a phone. He said, I will he said, I believe that the internet and all that mess is he did put it a kind of way, but anyway, he was saying it was a tool of the devil. and he said it was going to lead a lot of people, break up a lot of families. And it that here years later, when I saw that last night, I thought about what he said. He said that Tabby, how did I tell you that old man put it? I can't even think now. Hey, car baby, Miss Chauncey. Hey, Creisha. I can't remember how he put it, but he said there was going to be an internet the internet was going to be a source of the devil uses to wreak havoc. In other words, and that's what's going on. If you look, it's breaking up families. These people are selling out and selling their souls for a buck, and they have no remorse at all. I found this where they say if you sold your soul, it means you're willing to do something, anything to gain power, money, or success. Common signs that you've sold your soul include being selfish, compromising your core values, having no integrity, taking advantage of others, not having any empathy, turning on your friends and family, having no remorse, or having no purpose in life. A lot of that we see going on, it describes it. It describes what we're seeing in these people this day. A lot of people have sold their soul for the almighty dollar. What she did last night, it showed that she was soulless. I don't care how many fake tears that she put out there, it showed that she was soulless. Every time somebody got on that panel and was trying to talk to her about working it out on the back end, she, like, I think Auntie went up there. It was like Auntie was reaching her. And when you were looking at the comments, they were saying, drop her, get her down. She's the enemy. She's on the other side. She's not, but Auntie was not saying nothing inappropriate. Auntie was telling her something that would help their family dynamic. She wasn't telling her what they wanted to hear. Yeah, go ahead and blast your brother. But the devil saw that as okay, if she keep listening to her, she might actually stop telling us what we want to hear. So we got to get her to get them down. And OB looked over there at them. He was looking at them comments. And at one point, she looked over at him. And then she started to start rejecting what Auntie was saying. So Auntie said, well, not Auntie. He told Auntie, well, no disrespect, but she came on here to tell her story because them cash apps stopped dinging. And them people in the comments were not buying that. And it was a money, I don't care what nobody said, it was a money grab. So he don't want to hear nobody talking her down. They came there with a mission, and that mission was to make money, and that's it, that's all. I hate victimized mentality. I hate people with victimized mentality because I remember her saying when she went in the hospital, whatever she went in the hospital for, I don't know, but I remember her coming back from the hospital, and then she stated they didn't even call her while she was in the hospital. But does she not remember what she did and what she allowed her husband to do before she went in the hospital? She allowed her husband to wish death upon her sister. She allowed her husband to talk about her brothers had female body parts down there. So you did all of that and you came to the internet and you showed your ass and let your husband dog your brothers out, but you want them to call you when you went in the hospital? When she went to jail, they made a big deal because she didn't call and check on the kids when she went to jail. Why would he call and check on your kids? They were not left with a stranger. They were left with daddy, her husband. So why would they call to make sure they're okay after all you all are doing on this fucking internet? It does not make sense. Why would you expect anything from them? You know why? Because he thinks that he's married into a wealthy family or a family that can help them there. You know what I'm saying? He thinks that by going He thinks that I think he married into that family or married her because he could see everybody knew who Little Truth was, and because he thought that it was gonna be um beneficial for him. But when it didn't go like he thought it was gonna go, now he's coming all public talking about breeding. He going to court thinking that he's gonna get custody of that baby, and he wish a judge would give Bree don't let them give custody if they do sue for what? That's how you can tell these people not concerned about nothing but winning, nothing but getting clout. Because if anybody was concerned about that baby, knowing that Bree's father was allegedly, well, it's in black and white, knowing that that man had the charges that he had, if she has that baby around him, why in the hell would they want that baby around him? That goes to show it's not about those kids, it's about winning with them. I don't get it. And the same people cheering her on in the chats, they are not there airing out their family. I bet they got good relationships with their family. But she don't have sense enough to see that. Even the content creator, you don't see them out here dogging their family, ratting out their family member. But they encouraging her to. They encouraging her to tell her truth instead of telling her to go get counseling so she can heal. You do not heal by airing your family's business out there, and then you getting more and more um, stuff coming back at you. That's not healing, because now you're gonna feel the need, because we making these videos and we got an opinion on what you did. Now you're gonna feel the need to come back out and defend yourself again, when we would not be making these videos had you not feel the need to heal through public opinion about what you said. Hey Lolita, hey Lily, hey Tanya, hey Karen. I don't get it. It seems like the more people pay attention to these content creators and the more they read these comments, the more they get empowered. They empowered by the comments in the chat. They empowered by the feeling of acceptance, the feeling of having somebody agree with what you said. She, hey Gemini Rising, hey look at God 211. I called Miss White last night because I was up and should have been in the bed, but I called her like 1:45 because I could not go to sleep. I heard them on there talking about some alleged twins and show the sonogram. And she like, I'm not gonna do them like that. Well, damn it, you done put the assumption out there. You done get like somebody put in the chat that they was gonna be going live. You done gave them all the ammunition to continue dragging your brothers, but you want to be left alone. You want to be quiet. Not everybody bought what you were saying. Not everybody bought that. However, the same people that talked about her mother in the chat, them same people that was throwing them super chats at her, were the same people that was dogging her out. Were the same people that was talking about her brother, talking about her deceased mother, talking about her daughter, putting her daughter personal information out there. But now you shaking hands with the devil just because they giving you a paintball. That's what I say. People will sell their soul to gain money, power, and success. Before, if somebody came out and dragged my family like that, I'll work 15 jobs before I take a dime from them. I will work 15 jobs before I take one penny from them, because they don't mean me no good. They just in my chat and paying me to get the goods on my brother. And she don't have sense enough to know that. These people ain't studying her. You might think that you use them for cash apps and super stickers and super chat, but no, they used you, and now they laughing behind your back. The only reason they were doing that is to get an up because they hate her brother so much, and she didn't have sense enough to see that. She looking at that like it's love and adoration. When my mother-in-law was living, I couldn't stand her, and she couldn't stand me either. Something happened. She and when we fell out, something happened. My husband took my side, but I would never talk about that lady to him. I will always tell him that is your mother. You do not, I don't never have to talk to her no more. But she gave birth to you. That's your mother. You should have a relationship with her. I don't have to ever speak to her again in life, but that is your mom, and you need to make it right with her, with the sisters as well. I told him he need to make it right. Y'all family, y'all were together before I came in the picture. I, I told him I admire you for standing on your wife's side, but you can have a relationship with them. I don't have to have one. He ended up talking back to them, but when his mom died, everything was not like it should have been. But it was not because I was talking about them with him. I was not talking about his parents to nobody else, his family to nobody else. He knew how I felt about him, but that was his family. And I would do nothing to keep him separated from his family. That's what in laws, like I say, they are bound by blood. Kevin, Toya, Don, and LaTruth, they bound by blood. Her and OB, they are bound by papers. He is an in-law. He need to stay in an in-law's place. I know you love your wife and you stand with your wife allegedly, but you need to stay in your place and let, well, I doubt if it can be worked out now, but he should have been staying in his place instead of having so much mouth because they did nothing to her. They didn't do nothing to her for her to turn on them like they did, like she did. Kevin would always come out and Kevin would always talk about how he loved his sister. And you do this to him? LaTruth. Everybody knows LaTruth is not going to bring his business. He's not going to be out here in women's business arguing. So because he chose to stay true to who he was, that was the reason and he deserved to be done like that last night. It's just wrong. Hey, Cheryl and Nola Bunny, Sierra. Let me go read some of these comments. It's just wrong, y'all. This internet right here, and everybody want to talk about it's a saga, but damn a saga. That's these people's lives. And I don't care if you don't like Toya. I don't care if you don't like LaTruth. I don't care if you don't like Kevin. I don't care if you don't like Don. They still a family and they blood and that's their lives. Why try to separate a family? What you all gaining out of keeping these siblings separated? A win? It's a game to you all. I bet neither one of those women in that chat, they'll be ready to fight if somebody was dipping in their personal life like that, trying to come between them and their family member. These are the biggest demons on this internet, on that side. They are the biggest demonic piece of shits I've ever seen in my life. Anyone wanted, anyone who wanted to continue that live bashing her family, they were. They were very, very crazy. And that's the, when I tell y'all that's all that was in that chat. They were telling her they act now they did what I did get out of that live is that they tried to say that Bree was exonerated. No, Bree was never exonerated because they asked the question, did LaTruth beat Bree? And OB and Toya said, I don't know what went on in their home. I can't say that. I don't know. But How was she exonerated then? And that's why we're here. We're not here because of nothing but she came to the forefront and told a lie that this man abused her. So they did not say that she did that he did it. So how was she exonerated? That lie still out there. Hey Karen, he don't even speak about his family. That's right. He brag about his relationship with his family, but he's sowing discord in this girl family, and she's allowing him to. If he goes out there and get hit by a car, Lord forbid, now you out there, you and your children, you done exiled your family. You've been exiled from your family, thinking that I guess y'all gonna live forever, y'all gonna be together forever. But God don't like ugly. He shut it down and she and her husband need to sit there. They do. Hey, Miss E. He's definitely a yeah, exactly. I don't see how boy you got. Yeah, and everybody that I don't know, I don't know who that was that got on there when she said she had talked to her dad, and her dad told her not to talk about and not to show certain stuff. And then somebody went behind her and said, I know I'm not, this is no respect to your dad, but God put it on your heart. They were trying to get this girl to go against what her dad advised her not to do and just go ahead and tell it. They was all there just to get gossip. They were not looking at the fact that this is her life, this is her sibling. She don't need to do this. They just wanted to get the scoop. They wanted to get the tea so they can run back like they trying to do and say Bree was exonerated. That was their biggest aim to try to disprove a liar. Toya's married and expecting her brothers to treat her like a princess. Let me tell you something. Once a man takes on the responsibility of being your husband, it is his place to take care of you. It's not your brothers anymore. It's not your sister. It's not your parents. It's that husband's place. If y'all doing without, it's his place to make up the ends meet, make the ends meet. Well, if he got to work 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5 jobs, it is his place to take up the slack where y'all slack. Not one question about, not one question at all about, no, not one, except they was, when they was asking questions about her, it was trying to make the truth look bad. And she did say, I didn't know her. I met her when she flew us over to Jamaica or wherever the wedding was. She flew us to her wedding. And when I got there, he was telling me that he didn't want to marry her. He don't want to go through with the wedding. And say she was in her ear saying that she was tired of him. Hey, Therese. Exactly. Like she was doing hard time. You did a weekend. You left your children with your husband. It's like they don't get it. Y'all out here running y'all miles and y'all think somebody gonna feel the same about you all. You're gonna call these men pussies and all of that, and then think that he was supposed to call or run behind you all. No, you all keep on with y'all little fake fans and see how long that's gonna last. A lot of us came out here swinging, trying to. A lot of us came out here swinging. We're trying to prove that she lied. We did not come out here going off of lies and rumors. We came out here, we were going by what she said, and we were dissecting what she said. So we were not bashing her. What they doing to the truth right now, they are bashing him. They want to believe and hang on to whatever somebody says, hoping that it's the truth. No receipts, no nothing, just word of mouth, hoping it's the truth. But they cannot take his words and twist them. They cannot take his words and dissect them. They cannot take something he said today and change it tomorrow and make a video about it. Because when he comes out, he's not putting this person's business out here. He do his skits, but his personal life, he's not talking about it. They have to insinuate. And when you insinuate, that's when the lies start coming out. But with her, she comes out and she tell her truth, and they end up being lies. And when we dissect it, they want to get mad. She came out here, and I'm gonna get back on topic, but I saw in the comments they was talking about his GoFundMe. He didn't get no lawyer. They were so worried about his GoFundMe, but you all they gave out their asses to try to show us up on this side. But LaTruth ain't in Jamaica for her boyfriend, for his girlfriend's birthday. Right after she done got GoFundMe, got all this money for a GoFundMe. He didn't fly to Jamaica and take the kids on vacation for the boyfriend's birthday. She did it. She couldn't afford to get a lawyer, but she can afford to fly her family to Jamaica for her boyfriend's birthday. But she only had enough money to take care of her and her kids. Now, who sounds like the fool? But they're not speaking on that. That is not being spoken on at all. At all. Hey, Latoya, something's wrong with her. She need to be laying on somebody's couch, though. And I try not to come on here and talk about the family members, but what she did last night was wrong. And then they like to put God in that mess. God is not in that. You could tell by the comments and the people she was trying to appease, God was not in it because those comments were not showing anything of God. And if God was in it, they would have told her, handle that off the internet behind the scenes. I took the cake when it took the cake when Kevin said she had Callie on my platform. I would have done that with her that day. Yeah, he was speaking on Kelly. He spoke on Kelly the other day. Yesterday. Some people don't like her or Midget Boy. Did y'all see how they started to snap when he called them more Nate? Yep. She only spreading lies, nothing good. Exactly. This really made me sick when her husband said, send those cash apps. I got more to tell. One thing about it, RH never got on here and talk about them. Yep, exactly. He never got on and still haven't. Kevin came out and said his piece, but he still haven't come forward and said anything. That's not her first time going to jail. It's not. Nobody wants to work anymore. It's cash app and send the super sticker. Yeah. I windmill a few times, but when they dragged her about roaches, I cannot go in her chat no more. She confused me as a supporter of her. Sierra, I used to follow her, and to be honest, the reason when I stopped following her was when she got caught telling her daughter to ask for the cash app. She was trying to whisper and asking them to sing, pushed her daughter up to ask for cash apps. I stopped following her then. That's the honest. If you talk to anybody that I talk to, they would tell you that's why I stopped following her because of that thing when they put that child in the way in the she put her child in the forefront to be dragged by doing that. They didn't come for the love of brothers. They became exactly. Y'all see, she beg all the time. She always asking for money. She's in this saga. Obie is a freeloader. Exactly. They was live when I came live on Facebook, and he's sitting up there beside her. Well, when do you work? You got a job? When do you work? It seemed like she lost supporters after. Yep. Yep. A lot of people say that they stopped following her when she let him wish death upon Don. I just saw something. No Don slander over here. Nope. Hey, Vicky. They pay for lies every day, so expect nothing less of them. Exactly. Exactly. They'll throw a $99 super on a lot. Indeed. Mm. She acts like her brothers owe her. Like, damn, you're embarrassed. You embarrassed your brother in front of his evil ex-wife. Damn, Bree did her. Yep, she did. Cause she feel like she's vindicated. Now, I don't see how she can sleep at night. How can you sleep at night and you done sowed discord in this family? Because I know that she did not make them come forward to protect their brother. But if they know their brother and they know his character, then you're going to protect the brother, especially when you feel like he's been done wrong. And she got mad because they came out here swinging for their brother. So it's like she does not give a damn that it's breaking up their family because they came out against her. But she's going to get hers. She's going to end up getting hers. I don't want no man that will let me crash out like that alone. Allow me to go harder. No, bro, we not doing that. Exactly. To think this all came from Laonia. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's where it all started from. And it's a shame that it's gotten to the point to where this girl has exiled herself from her family. I bet their mother is really rolling over in her grave. I bet she raised them like all parents do. You all are all y'all have. If something happens to me, you all y'all have. She said she lied for Robert when he was paying her child. I heard her say that. I heard her say that. My sister, sure right. My husband, his brother didn't speak for 2 years after my mother-in-law passed. I've never spoken bad about my brother. And they're exactly. If he would stay out of it and not be in the background, condoning this and pushing it up and pushing her to go live and speak about him for money, then they would have probably passed this by now. She was mad because she went to jail. What really topped it? Exactly. That's all she was talking about. That party, that party. But I don't see the difference. People that talked about your brothers, you are ace. I mean, you all just tighter than tight. The same ones that drag your brothers, you was in their comments. Why? Because they took your side. I would be just like Dawn was when they was coming in her comments. Y'all could come in my comments. Don't mention my sister's name, or don't like Kevin said. I don't come in y'all chat if y'all talking bad about my sister. Even though I don't f with her, I still don't want y'all talking about her looks. That's the brotherly love. You don't have to f with me, but you ain't got to get out here and try to destroy me either. When they use Toya Obi up, they're gonna try to talk about them again. Yep. Then what's she gonna do? Where where's she gonna beg then? Yep. To to be in my opinion, he's using her so he want her alone. That's what they say. Now it's alleged. I don't know that it's it's been alleged that there is whew, it has been alleged that it's some knocking around going on. And to me, she fits the bill for this word right here, abuse. She to me, she acts like she's afraid of him. I was trying to say the family business is just that family business. Exactly. But Toya does know she had done record the conversation. Let's not forget that family. She did, didn't she? That just almost went over my head. She did record that conversation when she was saying that he didn't do anything to her. She's the breadwinner. Oh my God, they forget it. Why she and Rob people to stir the pot? Why she said Rob people? I don't know why she trying to say we're the ones stirring the pot. We're not. We're not. We keeping it focused on what happened. They are the ones that stirring the pot and telling lies and spreading lies. And because she's come out and said something, her word is supposed to be bond. But when they went fooling with her, she was a big liar. it's funny how they go from being liars when they on one side, or once they go to the another side and start um, talking, their talk fits more with y'all agenda. Now you believe everything they say. Amora said herself that Bree was a big liar, and they've forgotten all about that. And now they are taking her word as bond for everything. But I want to see if anybody's going to say anything about we gave our money for lawyers and she's over across out the country. I bet the same ones that gave their money thinking that they was giving it to her for a lawyer to fight us internet people. I bet they ain't never been to Jamaica, and she go 2 and 3 times a year. But yet y'all taking the money where y'all go clock in to pay for this girl. Everybody, we kept saying, watch, something big's gonna happen. John Dale's gonna come back around. No, y'all just paid for them a vacation. Kudos to y'all. Toya and Obi would do anything for money when the little money she made last night probably gone already. She'll be back. Yep. Ain't no way in hell I'll be out there begging from anybody when I have a whole damn husband. Yep, that's the thing. That's the thing. Slow bitch never make any sense. That's not our it's not our business, but we damn sure have an opinion because she brought it to the internet. That part. That part. I'm glad that Kevin did a live the same time she did. Yep. Now she said her title, right? But asking for cash out. Now she said in her title is tips on braid, but asking for cash apps again. Fourth question, I can't. That's the main purpose. I have not heard one CC talking about her children, and I haven't either. I haven't either. That's just the lie that they use and they go with. Free enjoying vacations and their money while they destroying and fighting her battles. Yep. But the thing is, they want to say that the money that was donated to Robert, he used it to go party with Amber. But nobody, I've not been in the comments, nobody said nothing about what happened to her. She using that GoFundMe to go out the country. Nobody's questioning that. Let her tell it. She couldn't afford the money that she made was to be able to provide a life for her and her children. But they the fool. What man let his wife come on the internet and beg for money when he's able to work and can't work on a pot truck? Yep. She did it for money, her own foot ass. Latoya, I didn't watch it and I will not entertain. I will not entertain myself like that. I can't watch it. I actually gotten off, and then when Kevin was live, I was watching his live, and she was in the comments, right? So after she got out the comments, he was still responding to her. And I assumed that he was listening to her live. So when he was still responding to her, I went to look to see what she was saying and if she was still live. And she was still live. So that's how I ended up hearing some of the other parts where they talking about the twins supposed allegedly on the way, and neither one of them never said what them people wanted to say. Not not one of them said that the truth be on Brianna. And that's what most of them was here to say. They thought that she was going to vindicate that by saying that he abused Brianna, but they was like, no, we were not in their household. We don't know what happened. And so they went, what's the name was saying that she's not telling anything different. She did betray him by that. But my thing is, she can look at everything that he does. She can look at him being around this side and people that talked about her. I've never talked about her. I'm giving my opinion on what she did, but I've never talked about her. But she's saying the CCs that talked about her. She's into it with Amber. Amber has a right to defend herself when you out there talking about her. Ain't nobody gonna let you call them all kind of animal names and not stand up for themselves. I stopped following her after the husband said, "Yep, her brother feels betrayed because he was listening to her husband and the devil." Yep. Nobody's thinking about how that's making them feel. That she let her husband say all this evil stuff about him, about them, and she's not checking him. Nobody's considering how that make them feel. And then when something happened, the same brothers that y'all dogging out supposed to run to y'all to make sure y'all straight, I'll be like them too. Fuck y'all. Hey, Pratt, he has he has to stay focused on his upcoming hearing. The time to act right before the alleged court date. Exactly. Exactly. It seemed mighty fun. She allowed the devil to use her. She allowed the devil to come in and use her and time it just right. And she don't see the devil. She don't see. She, she's so caught up in money, she didn't see the play. In the meantime, he's saying that Kevin didn't call to check on the kids. Newsflash, you have a husband. That part, that's what he was there for. And again, why would he have called to check on the kids? All that demonic stuff that you said about that man, why would he call to check on you or those children? I'm just saying. See, where was I? I was trying to turn the that part too. And they still doing that. They still got so much to say about that girl's relationship with her father. I've never seen so many evil, and then a lot of them are old women. So many evil old women try to tear a family apart and try to take children from their parents, try to come between a father's relationship with their daughters. They don't realize this ain't no game. These those kids and that man real life. It ain't no internet game. There's no better. She's not. They are one and the same now. Background cheerleading. Yep. She's just they're one and the same. That was it for me. Let's see. But what was for me was an OB called BB a bitch, but corrected it. BB. Okay. And then well that let you know he don't give a damn about BB. She better wake up. Yep. Especially Kelly. She know how he did her brother that gonna team up with him. That's that yeah, that hurt him. But it ain't about him getting hurt. It's all about her. It's not about him and how he's hurting. It's all about her thing. She don't care about what they going through. It's all about her. Sometimes the babies of the family are spoiled and they feel like they're entitled. They feel like the old all the older siblings are supposed to come together and defend them and take care of them and take up their slack. But it don't work like that. It's a shame that you got strangers that are standing 10 toes down with a pure heart and not expecting nothing in return. But your own sibling come and stand 10 toes down and they want accolade. They want clout. They want monetary gifts. They want everything. And it's like they feel like because the truth is their brother. Well, she feels like because the truth is her brother, she's supposed to get what he get. I pray she keep that Section 8 because don't nobody. And she don't have to borrow money. She don't have nobody to borrow money from. They have so much animosity and hatred to the point that they will pay for lies to tarnish them. Exactly. And they're gonna talk about it. I can promise y'all this is gonna be talked about. This is gonna be talked about. And I hate it for him because it's never gonna die down. When it's dying down, then something else comes along. And it's sad. I'm trying to read the comments, y'all. Sorry. Hey, Brittany. My sadness is the people that hate LaTruth think it's a win for it. They do. They feel like it's a win for them. They don't. That's what I'm saying. They don't care nothing about neither one of them. They don't care about Kevin. If their name is tied to the truth, they don't like any of them. The only reason they are putting up with her is because she's talking bad about the truth. But realistically, they don't care nothing about neither one of those family members because they're siblings of the truth. The other reason is money. They're willing to do anything for it. Yep, the song by Whitney Houston. I will always love you, but sometimes you have to go your own way. Yep. Hey, Jackie. Talking about she forgot she borrowed $20. Yeah. And hey, hey, Robin. Hey, Boo Love. Hey, Truth Slayer. She is always begging. They all think RH owe them. All this evil stems from the librito. I went in prayer last night, and this made me sick. So sad. It is. It is. Everybody, everybody don't want to agree to that, but we would not be here, and I'm gonna keep saying that we would not be here had she not turned that camera on and brought their business to the forefront. And here we are, look like we're gonna be here the next 10 years because now it's a spotlight on them, and everything either one of them does is being talked about. When everybody could have been going on with their lives, he could have been prospering, she could have been prospering, and putting out positive content. I swear I have a cousin that side with Nate, and she's a big. I swear I have a cousin that side with Bree and Nate, and she's a big liar. And keep, yeah. I had a friend that used to believe all of that mess too. That's the one I was telling y'all about that worked at she worked at Job Corps and just found out she called me again last night, just last night, and told me that they had told them they had until the end of June to stay at work, but now they got until Friday to get all their stuff off that property. So as of Friday, she won't have a job. Toya wasn't in it to help her brother. She saw a come up. She got out that trailer park and got off her brother's name. She got out that trailer park off her brother's name. That's why them roaches won't leave. She nasty. Them roaches gonna take Toya down. Yep. Praying for the entire family. Yep. Y'all know we living in the last days. I'm not trying to get biblical, but you all do know we are living in the last days, correct? The Bible warned us of this. That in the last days is going to be mothers against daughters, sisters against brothers, brothers against brothers, sisters against sisters. And that's what we're seeing now. To let your husband talk about your family and you just sit there, that man wish death upon your sister. That is crazy. That is real crazy. You have to look at it. All of them came out here. And in the beginning, people were supporting all of them because they were standing up for their brother so hard. Dawn was over there, but she came back. And people were supporting all of them. Only the other side was hating on them. And when Dawn came back, everybody welcomed her with open arms because she came back telling the truth, helping some of the truth to get out. And I think that she got jealous because of the love that Dawn was receiving, because people were willingly helping bless Dawn. Because Dawn didn't come out here, Dawn would not ask. People had to tell her to put up goals. People had to tell her to put her cash app up. She'd be like, I don't want them to say I'm big. And so now people had to make her ask for, she's out here and you providing the service. This is your job. You don't have a job, so this is your job. So put your cash app up. People that feel like they want to bless you, they will bless you. Put your um, goal up. People that feel like they want to bless you. But she did it with resistance. She didn't just come out here feeling because I'm Robert's sister, these people owe this to me. She didn't come out here with the privileged mindset. What's his name did not? Kevin didn't come out here with the privileged mindset. I could too. I could too. When I first started hearing him talk, he was going back and he was talking about how she asked him to stop dealing with Amber. I was almost to tears. I couldn't. I kept going out and coming back, going out and coming back to keep from crying because it was real sad. They wasn't interested in how she felt. They were more interested in what was they could get about the BB. Exactly, exactly. She's she's now live attention. All CCs don't play her live on your channel because she's talking about doing. Oh, I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it. Toy, Toya would beg $100. The old lady just got big and had the sickness to beg. Ways to do the next step. You was the next step. She would have time going around. All right, Latoya. That part, my two. Hey, Aisha. If Kevin would have started crying, I'd have lost my mind. He, mm, it broke my heart when he said, "If I die, don't come to my funeral." That's how you know the extent of his hurt because of that comment that he said, "If I die, don't come to my funeral, don't call my number." That man was hurt. That man was in pain. That was the ultimate betrayal. Do you know how much this man has tried to destroy him up until earlier this year, Callie? And then you rubbing elbows with his enemy, and then you want to talk about him rubbing elbows with your enemy? The same people that talked and drugged both of her brothers, she's kumbayaing with them, but she don't want them saying nothing to nobody that's talking about her. Make it make sense. I can do it, but you better not do it though. I'm gonna go live and blast you. Tell all your secrets. And I'm sure that they got an arsenal of stuff about her that they could come tell. But they're not gonna do that because they wouldn't do that to their sister. Obi wants money so you finish big and so he can get all that, yep. All of that for a penny. She didn't owe the internet an explanation about why she don't support didn't she did not. She could have just went on not supporting them. That's what I was saying about them and Peach. Why bring all your business to the internet? Why you can't do family content like just without getting all in debt? They feel like if they come and they tell you like shit like that, they keeping it real. They keeping it. No, you just bringing more drama and piling salt on an open wound. Ugly Nate wants Toya to out the truth about the abuse of Lil Bree. She wants Toya to say he abused. They do. That's what they waiting on. They kept asking that question. They kept asking that question. Well, did he do this to Bree? And they kept telling her, I don't know. Or was he a good was she a good wife to the truth? Was he a good husband to her? They said, I don't know. We did not live in the house with them. I never obese, I never talked to Brianna. I never talked to that woman. And then the part that irked me was when they said that he got his come up off her, and this divorce was the way he got his come up. Okay, if that's how they look at it, it shows that they delusional because he was not in her inbox. She was in his inbox trying to get him to um, promote a video because she knew he had clout. She knew he had those followers. So for them to keep trying to discredit this man's oh Lord, for them to keep trying to discredit all that this man has done, that's diabolical because they cannot, with a straight face, say this man was nobody before he met Bree. But we can say that because we did not know who she was before he met her. And everybody that go live be talking, telling that lie. Yeah, he got her. Now he got her a platform, and everybody know her. You have some people that don't like him and didn't like her even before divorce that started liking her, not him. That still does not mean that she made him. That means that she did a he helped her build a platform and she gained her own following by being married to him. It's sad this shit is torn a family. Exactly. It's really sad that they have torn that family apart like they have. And it's a game, like I said, it's a game to them. They slept good last night because they think that they had found out some news. But this family went to bed crying and hurt. I'm not gonna say crying because I don't know if they were crying, but they went to bed with a broken heart because they realized that their sisterhood and brotherhood and their relationships were never gonna be the same. That's why she mad when Dawn came back, how we accepted her. Yep. After BB gets back from her engagement, she's gonna tell her supporters she needs some more money, two more lawyers, and they're gonna give it to her. They're gonna give it to her to get ready to go to her vacation for her birthday. Oh, I'm way behind. Exactly. Exactly. It's all about when you get the reputation for coming live and all your lives be about asking for money or cash apps or whatever. That's the reputation that you earned. Nobody gave you. So you can't get mad when people say you just do stuff for that because that's the reputation that you have set for yourself. This husband meant what he said when he said he hate them. He said it with conviction and it did not just start now. He voiced how he felt, how he been feeling from jump. Exactly. Because what did this man do to him to make them hate him? Yes, they are day and night. Don is down to earth. Exactly. He never trusted. He can never be trusted by the brothers or be taken up as I understand that, but it's a little bit, it's a limit to what you say about her family. Exactly. But I can't even see him taking up for her because they not doing anything to her. She coming out here going in on him, on them. I'm not seeing them until last night go live and say nothing negative about her at all. What can she do if someone plays her live? She can't dictate who can play it. Nope. People tend to think that, but so many copy strikes have gotten thrown out because people fight it. Who was this lawyer first? That's what I look at. Exactly. Her mind just like her feet backwards. So Bree didn't have shit when she came around, and that damn band of three kids. So how the hell was she the motion? I knew that. Everybody keeps saying that she the motion, she the motion. Now they jumping on that she the motion bandwagon. Now what she did, she brought all this negative mess into it with when the divorce happened. When the divorce happened, she just showed how many scorn and evil and bitter ass women out there. I say this honestly, I had to stop cooking. I'm from St. Louis. I am from Port St. Lucie. Robert is well known here. Oh, you're from St. Oh, you're from the island. Okay. Robert is well known here and people talk about him. Just the week I was defending here in St. Okay. That's what he say all the time. He had people from all around the world that know him. Toya and all the flip floppers are mad at Amber because she knew when they was switching up before anyone did, and she called it out. Yep, she always be calling it out because she be paying attention. What was also sick to see sitting there smiling while her husband called her brothers every name in the book. That part, and then she wonder why. Man, please. And he said that when she would ask him to ask somebody to stop it, he would. But because he did, it was the way he did it. He was not getting out here cussing and cutting the fool and hooping and hollering. She didn't like his approach to getting people to stop. I gotta say, Jeannie said Toya was gonna make her take her brothers down. She stood on that, and now we see it. She even got money from Jeannie. Long story short, Toya is a CL demon. I've been watching RH for a long time. When I first seen La Onya, I could see the red flags from the beginning. A lot of people say that, Jackie. That's why she put that TPO out on Don because she knows Don was gonna tear her a new one. Yep. Yes, you're right. We're living in the last days. Exactly. We can see everything that's going along. Thank you, Tabby, for the supers. I'm gonna go back and thanking everybody that sent one toward the end, but I appreciate every one of them. People here think he's an abuser based on a post shared. They didn't even know Bree. All this going on. Robert is the motion. He is the motion. Toya could be a good actress. That girl could make her cry. Exactly. Now she can cry with the best of them. She remind me of Wanda from Good Times. Y'all remember Wanda from Good Times? How she would just cry at the drop of a dime when they say somebody dead. She just break out crying. That's who what's the name remind me of. Everything that happened to her, she brought on herself. She should have kept her mouth shut. Your fault. Your own fault you went to jail. Yet she want to blame that on Robert though. Whatever was the reason that she went to jail, it had something to do with what she did, not Robert did. Where is the proof on everything she where is the proof on every where is the proof on everything she said RH did? Pay her $1,000 every time to speak on Bree. If I was RH, I would sue her ass. And the judge is tired of seeing Toya. Yep. Why she didn't pull it out and show it? Don pulled it out and showed where he paid. He had sent her all this money. Bree is the motion. Free motion is from people watching her live scam mentally crash out on the internet daily. Exactly. That's the only reason people watch her. I wouldn't want to be known for spazzing out. It shows Lil Bree is the problem. Shit. Look at her record when it comes to men. Exactly. Jeannie's even pissed about this. Oh yeah? I wanted to say something so bad when she kept saying the truth, barely send some money, but when sending a woman money to get a car fixed, so what OB should be sending you? Hush. But I'm blocked. Okay. My 2 cents. Yeah, it's Wanda. Wanda from Good Times. She the one that can draw. She can cry. She put on a good cry. And she used to practice her crying. Love the funeral. And that's how what's the name is before the darn live even started, she was crying. She was crying before it even started, y'all. I'm gonna drop the link in case anybody wanna come up. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. My charger for my computer at work stopped charging, so I got to get off early. So I just went on and went live early. I can go to karaoke tonight now. Yes, I looked at Wanda last night. Yes, I just looked at Wanda last. Oh, you watch Good Times, Latoya? I'll be watching it sometimes. That's my thing. I'll go to sleep watching Good Times. Or either Sanford and Son. I still love all those old ones. I know I probably sound a little bit lazier than I normally sound. I'm just sleepy, y'all. When I get off here, I'm gonna take me a nap before I go to karaoke. But Tabby's going live. Tabby, put in the chat what time you're gonna go live. And I want to thank Cynthia, Floria, Tabby, and Ray Ray for the super chats and super stickers. I appreciate them. Tabby, you still in here? Tabby, are you still in here, girl? What time you going live? Well, if you all are members of her channel, or subscribers of her channel, I'm sure she's gonna announce what time she's going. But I'm gonna go and take me a nap, y'all. And if I don't go to karaoke, I'll come back live later. I'm just exhausted from staying up and then had to get right back up. It's 6:30 to get ready for work. So thank y'all for always supporting me and having my back though. And y'all enjoy the rest of your day. And I think Lupac said she was going live. I think Pimo is live right now. Um, but I might see y'all later. And again, thank y'all for coming to my live. Love y'all. Thank you, Latoya. I'm gonna try to, if I can get away from this computer, because I be saying I'm gonna go to sleep and I be still up being nosy. All right, y'all. Bye bye.